So with today's practice, the goal is to use the breath to bring in an awareness and to get curious about your relationship to your breath in the body. Beautiful. Gently opening up the eyes when you're feeling ready. And we'll move into a breath practice gently to encourage some calming in the body and the mind. If this is uncomfortable for you, we can just begin you can move the block out from underneath you. If you need to give your body a little bit of a wiggle to get some of the wiggles out, you can do that. But we're going to go straight into a breath practice. So hi, I'm Afia Yana, and welcome to your Restorative Rest yoga practice. Today's yoga practice will be focused on yoga for awareness. By bringing awareness to the breath, by bringing awareness from the outside world to the interior world, we begin to create a space for healing and a space for our consciousness to expand. So I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. If you'd like, if you have a block or even like a little pillow or something that you wanted to sit on, it's always a good idea. You can place something underneath your sit bones, moving the fleshy part of the buttocks out of the way so that the sit bones or the bottom of the pelvic girdle can actually sit, the pelvic bones can ground into the surface you're sitting on. This allows for space in the hips, and we'll begin by just closing the eyes and scanning through the body, placing the hands so that they're palms down on the knees, inviting our awareness and calling our attention back into the body with the breath. So inhaling in through the nose, and exhaling out any stagnation out the lips with 2 pursed breaths. Inhaling in through the nose, listening to the sound and quality of the breath. And exhaling out the pursed lips twice. Expelling all the air until the belly button comes back towards the spine. And one more time, inhaling in through the nose, your biggest, deepest breath of the day, like a wave, and then exhaling out the pursed lips until there's no more air that can leave the body. Beautiful. And keeping the eyes closed here, grounding into the sit bones, imagining that there's a string pulling the spine up and the top of the head up towards the ceiling. Breathing into your proud, full chest, rotating the shoulders up, down, and back. We'll build our awareness from the surface we're sitting on first, all the way up to the top of the head. So just becoming aware of the quality of the breath. Perhaps you begin to inhale in through the nose to the count of 4, And exhaling out the nose to the count of 6. Try to keep it nice and slow and steady with the breaths. No need to rush, nowhere to go, nothing to be. You showed up for your healing. So let's dive in. So aware of the comfortable place where your body is seated, seeing if you can release any tension, noticing if there's tension in your toes, you could just give your toes a little wiggle. You could flex your calves. You could flex your buttocks and your thighs for a second, and then just go exhale and release that out. Releasing any tension from the foundation of the body. And then inviting in the breath. And that 4 count inhalation, breathing into the belly, seeing if you can loosen up any tension in the belly, in the lungs. And then on the nice deep exhalation, noticing the ribs as they're knitting back in towards each other, noticing the heart as it's shining up in your proud chest up towards the sky. And then noticing the shoulders as the chin is parallel towards the ground, the openness through the arms, the feeling of the hands on the knees, and the top of the head moving up towards the sky. Beautiful. One more inhalation here, in through the nose. And calling in an intention or a focus for your practice today. If you have an intention that you work with, I suggest perhaps you go and use that intention that you set for yourself. The more energy we put into that intention, the more fruitful it will become. And if you're like, what are you talking about? Then just think for yourself of the statement, I am, and then fill in the word of a quality you would like to bring into your life. So if you haven't picked something, you might use the intention for this class, which is I am aware. So with today's practice, the goal is to use the breath to bring in an awareness and to get curious about your relationship to your breath in the body. Beautiful. Gently opening up the eyes when you're feeling ready. And we'll move into a breath practice gently to encourage some calming in the body and the mind. If this is uncomfortable for you, we can just begin you can move the block out from underneath you. If you need to give your body a little bit of a wiggle to get some of the wiggles out, you can do that. But we're going to go straight into a breath practice. So making an L shape with your fingers, the pointer and middle finger will be placed on your brow center. And then using your ring finger, you're going to close off the left nostril. And by doing this, we're going to do a breath practice that focuses on breathing in through the right side of the nostril and then breathing out the left nostril. And what that is doing is we're opening up the lunar side, or the more intuitive aspect, the bringing our awareness in, bringing our senses into our body. Because throughout the day, we've given out so much. So this is our opportunity, and wanting to be in this practice and wanting to bring in this healing, we are also then sealing in that intention with this breath. So the fingers placed on the middle of the forehead, the ring finger closing off the left nostril, inhaling in the right nostril, nice deepest breath of the day. And then closing the right nostril and exhaling out the left side. Exhaling out the left nostril. So that's what we're going to be doing over and over again. Inhaling in the right side, exhaling out the left side. Also, one thing that could be mentioned is if you need to, get yourself a Kleenex, because there's nothing worse than trying to practice breath and feeling stuffy. So give yourself a nice blow of the nose. Give yourself, even if you're feeling stuffy, you might even Inhale and exhale, just kind of massaging along these marma points, which are underneath the nose, which really help open up the sinuses. Making sure, of course, that your hands are clean, that you've used hand sanitizer or washed your hands before you're touching your face. So you could even pull, just using the fingertips first, we'll just do a little nasal massage underneath. And then just experiencing very, very lightly pressing into right underneath the eyes, where the nasal cavities begin. Just kind of thinking about opening up the nasal cavities, pulling the skin gently out towards the sides of the eyes, and widening the nostrils, inhaling in through the nose, and exhaling back out the nose, snoring out. Inhaling in, bringing the center of the breath, the focus of the breath, the awareness in through the nostrils with this oceanic sounding breath. And on the exhale, still nice and tall through your proud chest. Noticing if there's any tension that's crept anywhere into the body. And one more time, inhaling in through the nostrils, widening the breath into the body, and then exhaling out. Beautiful. Letting that go. And then closing your eyes here, just coming back, breathing in through the nose, and just seeing if you notice any difference, any spaciousness, or even the feeling of the sensation, the warmth that was created by the hands touching on the sides of the nose, if you're noticing any difference in the breath. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go back to this Chandra or moon, more lunar, bringing the awareness interior. So those fingers placed on the forehead and inhaling in, closing off the left nostril with the ring finger, inhaling in the right nostril, drawing the energy up into the center of the forehead, closing off the right nostril, and then exhaling out the left side. Nice 4-count breath. Beautiful. And then again, closing the left nostril, inhaling back in the right side, exhaling out the left. Inhaling in the right side, closing off the left nostril, closing off the right, exhaling out the left. Inhaling in the right nostril, bringing the intention inside, and then exhaling out the left side. We'll do this 3 more times, inhaling in the left side, right side, left nostril closed off, and then exhaling out the left side, right nostril closed off. Inhaling in the right nostril, sipping deep into the center of the brain, closing off the right side, exhaling left. Close off left, inhale right. Deep into your proud chest, close right, exhale left. Inhale right, close off left. And last, exhale left, close off right. Keeping the eyes closed here. And just notice how you feel. Notice if any frustration crept up. And coming back to that curiosity. Using this awareness to be curious, inviting ourselves. I've noticed that as I get curious about what's happening with my breath, I get more information about how I can support myself to get what it is that I need in my life. So moving this block out of the way, let's move our legs out in front and then just give them a little bit of shake, shaking the knees up and down. Beautiful. And letting that go. Coming onto the back, bringing the knees up to the chest. Creating some space in the belly. Extending the left leg. Filling up and feeling the breath as it moves into the back side of the body. Bending the right knee over to the left side of the body and opening up the right arm, looking over towards the right hand. Breathing into your lower back here. And just noticing, even inviting the eyes to stay open here. So as we use this awareness of, we can focus on the palm of our hand, allowing the eyes and the awareness to rest in the body with the eyes open. Rather than perhaps a tendency to just kind of sail off, unless it's been a super long day and you're just ready to let go and sail off, then you do you, boo. All right, and then letting that go, giving some circles through the hip, inhaling and exhaling, rotating around in one direction, and then switching in the other direction. Little circles. You might notice some little snap, crackle, pops in the hip as the hip was moving around. Releasing and letting that go. Beautiful. And noticing palms up towards the sky, the difference between the right hip and the left hip. After you've had that movement, just getting curious, noticing what's happening with the breath. And then on the exhalation, releasing all the way that right leg, pressing it into the ground, inhaling the left knee up, grabbing a hold of underneath the left thigh, the left back of the thigh, grounding the back of the right hip into the floor, right leg, right toe into the floor. Breathing deep into the belly. And notice if you can follow the breath as it moves up from the base of the spine to the middle of the spine, all the way up into the shoulders. Beautiful. And then on the exhale, grabbing a hold of the left thigh and gently encouraging the right knee to move, left knee to move over towards the right side. The left arm to open up beautifully. And then if it feels comfortable, shifting your gaze to look over at the left palm of the hand. Beautiful. Inhaling here and exhaling. Inhaling in through the nose. Following that breath back out as it leaves the body. You might even invite the breath to extend. Perhaps if you're doing a 4-count inhalation, you might extend into 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the exhalation when you get there. Beautiful. Bringing the left hip back down, parallel to the right hip, and moving the left knee around in tiny circles. You might grab a hold of the back of the thigh. Using that curious oceanic breath. And noticing as you inhale in through the nose, that one sound happens. Like the wave lapping up onto the shore. And then on the exhalation, there's a different quality of the sound as it leaves the body. And switching direction, if you haven't done so already, what we do to one side, we must do to the other, always seeking balance and inviting balance. Beautiful. And then releasing the left leg down. Noticing the difference between the two hips, giving the feet a shake out here. Beautiful. Bringing the knees up so that the feet are underneath the hips. Feet are hip width distance apart. We're going to do just a little bit of a dynamic bridge pose. So inhaling the arms up into the air and exhaling the arms back over the head. And then inhale, inviting the breath into the body, noticing the chest as it rises up. Noticing the chest as it rises up towards the chin. And then on the exhale, bringing the arms back down. Beautiful. So inhale, lifting the arms up one more time dynamically. Breathing into the side of the ribs. Pressing the back of the floor onto the ground. So one staff or danda of the back is on the floor. And then exhaling, engaging the belly as the hands come back down towards the floor. Beautiful. Now that the whole entire back, the staff of the back, the spine is kissing the floor. On the next inhalation, inhaling the arms up. When you come to the fullest of the breath here, exhale, release the shoulder blades back onto the floor, engage the belly button. Beautiful. Inhaling here, filling up the breath, and on the exhale, releasing the arms down. Pressing the hips, pressing the lower back, the middle, and then the upper back onto the floor. Beautiful. Now we're going to do that similar fullness of the breath this time, but pressing now the elbows into the floor into robot arms. So lifting the hands up into the air, palms parallel, and then kissing the elbows, drawing them, dragging them back and down so that they're squeezing almost the sides of the ribs. We're going to inhale the lower belly, the tailbone up off of the floor. And then exhale the chin and the chest up towards the sky. Inhaling it in. Filling up the breath, really pressing the feet into the ground, strengthening the buttocks, and on the exhale, releasing, rolling down the spine. So top of the spine, middle spine, lower spine. And finally, the tail sinks back onto the ground, still pressing into the elbows here, and then releasing down. Beautiful. Taking one inhalation and exhale here to release. We're going to try that again. Okay. So this is super subtle, but we're by focusing and really slowing down the breath and the movement, we can get just as much, or if not more of a workout than just kind of throwing our bodies around wildly, right? So a lot of times if you would go to the gym, you're just kind of like maybe listening to music, doing all these things wildly moving. So here we're really bringing the awareness with the breath into the body. So see how curious and how much you can engage your muscles on this next bridge or lift here. So again, pressing the elbows into the ground, backs of the arms flat on the ground. On the inhalation, tucking the tailbone up between the legs, lifting the hips up towards the sky, pressing. Gently breathing, engaging the glutes here. Belly button comes back towards the spine on the exhalation. Beautiful. Chin lifts up, chest lifts up. Making sure you're not squeezing the chin down towards the spine, seeing if you can relax the eyes, the face, the ears, the back of the tongue. Taking one more inhalation here. I've engaged so much through the back of my lats, the back of my shoulder blades, that there's almost a constriction of the breath as I'm speaking, right? You can hear it. And then exhaling, tucking the tailbone as if the tail was coming back between the legs, pressing into the elbows, the top, the middle, and then the lower spine releases, slowly slowly seeing how slowly you release onto the floor while pressing into the feet. The tailbone is the last thing to come back down, and then creating that little micro bend as the lower back lifts off the floor. Beautiful. Let's try that one more time. So inhaling up, lifting the tailbone up between the legs, lifting the chest up, then lifting the chin up, releasing through the face, inhaling, engaging through the belly, really breathing into the belly, the full bowl of the belly, and then exhaling, releasing all the way down. Shoulders, belly, tailbone, arms release, and let that go. Fantastic. How was that? Okay, we'll try it one more time, but this time we're a little bit more dynamic. So we're going to, on the inhale, lift the arms up, then lift the hips up. And the exhale, release the arms down, and then the hips come all the way down. So inhaling the hips up, hands come up above the head. On the fullest of the inhale, the hands come back onto the floor, back of the palms on the floor, pressing. And then on the exhale, hands parallel to each other, tailbone tucks, and on the very bottom of the breath, the hands release onto the floor. Beautiful. One more time, inhale up, hips up, chest up, chin up, arms back, and then exhaling, releasing, rolling down the spine, top, middle, lower spine releases, and then the hands come back down. Beautiful. One more time here. Inhaling the fullness of the breath. Exhaling. Releasing, keeping the awareness of the body all the way to the very last move when the hands reach the ground, then releasing the buttocks, then allowing the lower belly and the back to come off the floor. Beautiful. Let's release that. Draw the knees up towards the chest, grabbing the feet, releasing the heels parallel, wider than the hips, the feet up towards the sky, feet parallel, and then grabbing a hold of the outside of the feet, Ananda Balasana or blissful baby pose. Inhaling into the back, just exhale and releasing here. You might allow the eyes to close here to bring your awareness and focus even inwards a little bit more. If you're noticing that the mind is wandering, you might even practice that breath that we did at the beginning without holding onto the nose, focusing on breathing, inhaling in through the right nostril, and then exhaling out the left nostril. So we invite the awareness into the body in all these different ways through our focus. You might even move your fingertips a little bit further towards the bridge of your foot or towards the ball of your foot, giving yourself a little bit wider leg stretch. Inhaling in through the right nostril and exhaling out the left nostril. Beautiful. Okay, releasing the legs, letting them come back down. We're going to do one more little pose here. So letting the legs, both knees fall over towards the left side of the body, arms out into a cactus pose. You could even place your left heel on top of your right thigh. And notice how this creates more space in the right side of the ribs. As we hang out here. Following the wave of the breath. Beautiful. Notice if there's anywhere that tension is creeping into the body. How can you release that out of your pursed lips, perhaps? blowing it out of the mouth. And then on the next inhalation, bringing the knees back up to center and shifting the weight over to the right side of the hips, both knees releasing and drawing over to the right side of the body. If that's enough for you here, you can hang out here, or if you'd like a little bit more, you can place your right heel on top of your left thigh. Noticing the breath. Inhaling the ocean in through the nose. Following the waves as they leave the shore and return back to the ocean of the breath. Back to the cosmic ocean, and inhaling back in. Deep into the belly, noticing the openness on the left side of the ribs. And exhaling. Noticing the breath as it laps back out. Belly button comes back towards the spine. Seeing in this next breath if you can release any tension that may have gathered in the nose, eyes, face, or jaw. And inviting that out on the exhalation, out pursed lips. Getting curious and not furious. Releasing the feet out and letting yourself just lie here in resting pose or shavasana. You might grab yourself a little blanket, make sure you're warm. We're going to be here for a guided meditation. If you go grab a blanket, don't get distracted, come on right back. If your pants are tight, it's time to unbutton them. Women, if you need, please make some space. You could even unbuckle the back of your bra here. Really let it all hang out. Just go and relax. So palms up towards the sky. Beginning to release the breath. You might even tighten all of the muscles in the body quickly. Tighten the feet. Lifting the legs off the ground, the calves off the ground, squeeze the buttocks, squeezing the arm, squeezing the head off the ground, tighten, 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 as much as you can, squeeze your face, and then release everything back down, letting it go, breathing out the mouth, and bringing your awareness into the body with the closed eyes. We're going to go on a little interior journey. So lying in Shavasana, get ready to release and let go if you haven't already. This practice of Yoga Nidra is the act of hearing and feeling. These are the most important factors. This guided restorative rest practice allows you to function on the level of awareness and on the level of listening. In your dreams, we tend to have little control of our awareness. However, here in Yoga Nidra, you are the creator of your dreams. Say to yourself now, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. Say silently, I will not sleep. Begin to follow my voice the way you follow the sound. Begin to feel the calm and steadiness of your body. Take a deep breath and release, feeling the calmness spreading throughout your body. As you're breathing out, mentally say to yourself, relax. Become aware of the sounds in the distance. Become aware of the most distant sounds outside of your location. Let your sense of hearing operate like a radar beam, searching out distant sounds without attempting to identify the source. And gradually bring your attention back into the space of where your physical presence is, noticing your body lying on the floor. Total awareness of your body lying in perfect stillness. Your body is lying on the floor. Develop your awareness of all physical meeting points between your body and the floor. Become aware of the natural breath. Become aware of the deep, natural, relaxed, spontaneous breath. Do not concentrate, for this will interfere with the process. However, just keep listening to my voice and know that you are breathing. The practice of Yoga Nidra begins now, as again you say to yourself, I am going to practice Yoga Nidra. I will not sleep. I am going to practice Yoga Nidra. This is the time to come back to your intention, this simple resolve. Please state your intention, the I am phrase that you created at the beginning of your practice. Say it mentally to yourself 3 times silently. I am aware. I am Rotate your consciousness through the different centers of the body as quickly as possible without moving. This awareness has to jump from point to point. Please repeat mentally the name of each part after me and simultaneously become aware of that part. The practice begins with the right hand. Right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, right thigh, knee, calf, muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, left thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Back of the body, right shoulder, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, right buttock, left buttock, the spine, the whole of the back together. Front of the body, top of the head, forehead, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right eyelid, left eyelid, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, nose, tip of the nose, right nostril, left nostril, upper lip, lower lip, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right chest, left chest, middle of the chest, navel, abdomen, lower abdomen, whole of the right leg, whole of the left leg, both legs together, whole of the right arm, whole of the left arm, both arms together, whole of the back, whole of the front, whole of the head together, legs, arms, back, front, head together, the whole of the body together, the whole of the body together, the whole of the body together. Now bring your awareness to your breath. From the lips, we go to the breath. Draw your attention to the natural ingoing and outgoing of the breath. Feel the breath moving along the passage between the navel and the throat. On inhalation, it rises from the navel to the throat, and on exhalation, it descends from the throat to the navel. Be completely aware of the breath as it travels from the navel to the throat and the throat to the navel. Relax. Do not try to force the breath. You are just practicing awareness. Maintain your awareness and at the same time, start counting your breaths backwards as follows. I am breathing in 27. I am breathing out 27. I am breathing in 26. I am breathing out 26. I am breathing in 25. I am breathing out 25. So on. From 27 to 1. Count to yourself mentally as you follow the rise and the fall of your breath from navel to throat and back again. Total awareness of the breathing. If you lose count, go back to 27. Remain relaxed, slowly counting the inhalation and the exhalation. The breath is slow. and relax. Please continue counting. Awaken the feeling of heaviness in the body, the feeling of heaviness. We will move from sensation to sensation. Do not become aware. Become aware of the heaviness in every single part of the body. You are feeling heavy, as if you are sinking into the floor. Awareness of heaviness. Awareness of heaviness. Awaken the feeling of lightness in the body. Awaken the feeling of lightness in the body. A sensation of lightness and weightlessness in all parts of the body. Your body feels so light that it seems to float away from the floor. An awareness of lightness, an awareness of lightness in the body. Awaken the sensation of heat, the experience of heat. The whole body is hot. Begin by feeling a part of your body that is hot. You will then feel this feeling of heat all over the body. Recollect the feeling of heat in the summer when you are out in the sun with no shade. Heat all over the body. Heat all over the body. Experience the feeling of cold. Awaken the experience of cold in the body. Imagine you are walking on a cold floor in winter. Your feet feel very cold. Awaken the awareness of cold, the awareness of cool. Now experience the feeling of inner space. Withdraw your mind and concentrate on the space in front of your closed eyes, the space we will call Chittakash. Imagine a screen about 6 feet in front of your eyes. Before you, a transparent screen through which you can see infinite space. A space that extends as far as your eyes can see. Concentrate on this dark space and become aware of any phenomena that manifests within it. Any colors, any sights. Whatever you see is the manifesting state of your mind. Continue awareness of this space, but do not become involved or attached. Just a detached awareness or attached. Now imagine yourself in a park early in the morning. The sun has risen just slightly. It is calm and beautiful, peaceful. Walking across the springy grass, listening to the birds whistle and call as they welcome the new day. There's a garden of flowers and roses, pink, purple, red. Smell their fragrance and see the early morning dewdrops on their petals. Nearby there's a rose garden, and you spot a fish pond. Golden fish swim amongst the water lilies. See their graceful movements. You walk between trees, beautiful trees. You see in the clearing a small, inviting space, perfect for sitting down to meditate. And as you sit down in this space, you close your eyes and you become still, as a deep sense of peace and harmony envelops you as the sound outside fade in the distance. Continue your awareness of this meditation. In this sacred space, stay for some time, allowing the sense of peace and harmony to sink in. You hear a sound that calls you back. You will resolve to bring this peace without and within you. Now remember your resolve, your intention, repeating that same resolve that you made at the beginning of practice in the same words with the same attitude. Repeat your resolve now 3 times clearly to yourself with feeling and with emphasis. I am. I am. I am. Become aware of your breath. Become aware of your natural breathing. Follow the awareness of your breath, the awareness of this relaxation. Begin to develop an awareness of your physical existence. Become aware of your arms, of your legs, of your body, lying stretched on the floor. Become aware of the meeting parts, the points where your body touches the floor. Develop an awareness of the room, the wall, the ceilings, noises in the room, noises outside of the room. Take your mind out, completely external. Lie quietly here for a few moments, keeping your eyes closed. And when you're ready, start moving your body, stretching yourself. Please take your time and don't hurry. If you have time, you may choose to stay in this relaxed position, or if you like, stretching your arms, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Only when you are wide awake, rolling over, sitting up slowly as you push yourself up from the floor, placing your hands in front of your heart. Centering your attention back in the center of your body, giving thanks to your ancestors for showing up for your healing, giving thanks to yourself. Namaste. I bow to the divine in you, and Ashe.